In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. Register now for your share of the $250,000 prize pool. Multiple winners, bigger chances. TenexToken.io. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah? Coon Cassius, IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Callum Smith. Did you just say you've got to do one of them silly little things? Is that what you said?
No.
Fucking did. Anyway, we'll do that at the end. That's the easiest part of the whole interview. There's some of these questions I'm going to ask you, you're not going to like, to be honest with you.
Okay, go on.
I'm joking. Well, it's a light heavyweights night tonight. Obviously, this will go out tomorrow. So, what do you reckon about Buatsi tonight against Parker?
I think he wins. I think it's a good fight. I think Parker's shown he's got talent, he's got ability. I just don't know if he's got it at the highest level. I don't think he's delivered when it's mattered in the times he's stepped up. And I think if Buatsi drags him into a tough fight, I think he'll maybe get rid of him later on.
Does it bother you that he's kind of fought after your fight, you haven't fought, etc., or not really?
Yeah, obviously not so much him, but I'm just obviously not. I'm annoyed I'm going to sit out the ring for another year, which isn't ideal. I've always said I want to stay active now, I want to keep active, and for whatever reason it doesn't seem to happen, but I can't moan over it, I've got to just get on with it.
Let's talk about the Morrell fight. What's going on right now?
Spoke to Eddie, I think it's happening February, that's what I've been told. No official announcement, but I think it's happening in February in Riyadh.
There seems to be a lot going on in January and February in Saudi, so you're going to be a part of that in some way.
Yeah, in some way. I don't know what the show is, who the main event is, but I've just been told to be ready for early 2026.
So you're fixated on that opponent, and there's no plan B or anything in the offing. That's who you're training for now. Yeah,
because I wish I could, because ideally I could have fought now, or could have fought in Monte Carlo next month and kind of stayed active, but the WBO have ordered me a mandatory for the interim belt, which again I think is a bit unheard of to get a mandatory for a mandatory position, but so I have to fight him next. I can't fight in the meantime, which I say isn't ideal. I could have fought and stayed active and then fought Morrell next year, but according to the WBO I'm not allowed to do that.
Obviously there's a big card coming up in Saudi Arabia in about 3 weeks' time. Answer Yarde, what chance to give him against Benavidez?
Yeah, look, he's always got a chance. He's a good fighter. I think he's shown he can hold his own at the highest level. I just don't know if he can hold his own for the full 12 rounds. I think Benavidez's punch output and the pace he sets will get to him later on. I fancy Benavidez, but it's a good fight. It's one that I'll be watching, and hopefully I can fight the winner at some point in the future.
Obviously we know you got your fight kind of in the offing, and it's likely to happen, but is that an option for you at some point in 2026 as the winner of that fight?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I've always said, obviously Yarde could win, but I believe Benavidez wins it, but the Benavidez fight's a fight I've always felt would happen or should have happened at some point in my career. We were both world champion at the same time, a super-middle, and I think it was inevitable we were both going to end up at 175. We're both here now, he's got a world title, hopefully back and get mine, or if not, just challenge him for his. But yeah, I think that's a fight that I would like to happen at some point.
Are you the only active Smith fighter out at the moment? Because we don't know what the fuck's going on with Liam.
Yeah.
Every time I interview Liam, he's like unsure about what he's going to do, etc. So are you the only current active one?
Yeah, I'm keeping the flag, keeping it going.
Is he here tonight?
I don't know. I offered him a lift up, but he said he was playing footy, so he wasn't leaving that early. I don't know whether he's got here now or not, but no, he didn't come up with me.
I think Liverpool need him right now against Villa.
And they could do. What was it now?
It's 0-0. Yeah, I think it's 0-0.
Yeah, it's 0-0.
Joe's going to have a look.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just waiting for that kind of, just to be confirmed.
I spoke to Eddie and he said it's basically done. I think the whole show hasn't been announced yet, so fingers crossed we can sit and wait. I think probably you'll know a little bit more once. You can't do show by show, I think, so once the November 22nd show's out the way, they'll probably announce the next one.
All right, no problem.
2-0 Villa.
Definitely not. You didn't even fool me with that.
No, it didn't
0-0.
for a minute there.
No, it didn't. No way. No.
In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. Register now for your share of the $250,000 prize pool. Multiple winners, bigger chances. TenexToken.io. Terms and conditions apply.